Hi guys, my name is Lizelle from Lizelle Books and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Today is going to be my mid-month wrap-up. I read 15 books in the first half of December, so let's get started. I read Dreams of a Broken King. It's the third book in the Fae Guardian series by Lana Peckercheck. I can't say too much about it because it is the third book, but it follows Jasper and Ada. The third book in the Fae Guardian series, Dreams of a Broken King. The next book I read is Riffs and Refrains by Devoney Perry, and this is about her joint series she did with Serena Bowen, Rebecca Yarros, about this famous rock band. But Serena Bowen's story is about the drummer. Her story is about her grandmother dies, so she has to return to the hometown. And she doesn't have a good experience with the hometown because her dad is a minister, and her dad kind of give her an ultimatum, like give up this music because he doesn't understand her, or she can leave. And she chose to leave and start a rock band. And she left her first love and her ex-boyfriend behind. And what she doesn't expect is to meet her ex-boyfriend again, because it turns out he is working with her brother. And apparently her ex-boyfriend's son knows her because her grandmother used to babysit this little boy, and she would tell this little boy about her. So he's basically her ex-boyfriend's son is basically infatuated with her because of all the things that her grandmother told him about her. And not only that, I also read Sweet Christmas by Macaulay Smelster. It's about Danny and Lachlan's first Christmas together. And the ex-boyfriend play something together at her funeral. One of her, Amazing Grace or something. So they are forced to spend time together. They are forced to learn this song for her grandmother's funeral. And old feelings start to come back. But there's a problem because he loves this small town he's in. He doesn't want to uproot his son. And she's a famous rock star. And they have to decide what they're going to do. Whether is it just for the time that she's here, or do they want to start their romance again? And the Spinster King's Bride by Ruby Dixon. I read this book because of Avery from Ava's Romance Books, and it is about this isolated ex-queen, basically, because when she was younger, her father was in a war with the alien warrior race, and they killed him. And for retaliation, they wanted to kill that warrior's son, the alien boy that she gained custody of, that somehow winded up in her care. So it's years later, she doesn't have her crown anymore, and the alien boy grows up, but he never forgot what she did for him. Like, he never forgot how she stood up to her men, basically, to save him. So he wants for her to be his bride, this alien warrior person. Because he told her when he was young that he was going to come back for her and that he was going to save her. And he does come back when he's older, and he demands that she be his wife. The next book I want to talk about is The Holiday Trap, and it's a queer romance. It's a queer romance by Roan Parrish. It's about this girl and this guy that need to go get away from all the things that are troubling them in life. The girl needs to get away from her family because they are suffocating her, and the guy finds out that his boyfriend is actually married. So they have this mutual friends, and the mutual friend suggests, why don't you stay in each other's houses? So the guy lives in New Orleans and the girl lives in Maine. So they agree to house sit for each other, and when they are staying in the different places, they have a romance with the locals. The guy has a romance with the flower shop owner, and the girl has a romance of her own. I thought this book was okay. I gave it 3 stars. I rounded it up to 4 because I thought the girl story happened a little too fast for me. So that's why I gave it 4 stars. Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. I talked about this in my Cinnamon Roll Hero recommendation, so please, if you want to know more about Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young, please watch my Cinnamon Hero recommendation. I give this book 5 stars. If you want to know more about it, please go watch my recommendation video, linked down below in the description. Anastasia by Sophie Lark. I'm gonna have a unpopular opinion. I gave this book 3 stars. I just thought it was so slow burn, and the first part was really history heavy, and it was long-winded at times. There was parts I liked about this book and parts I didn't like about this book. I liked Artemis, like the animal character in this book, but as I said, there was parts I liked about this book and parts that I didn't, mainly because I thought it was long-winded at parts, so that's why I gave it 3 stars. A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker, and it is about this girl from our time, Rowena. I think that's her name, who gets transported to a world where a magical world who it turns out there's this princess who looked exactly like her, and they all mistake her for this princess. So Rowena, so so this so she tries to play along while she tries to get back to her town, to our world basically, and she tries to figure out why she has been transported to a different world and how to get back to our time. But in the process of doing that, she falls in love with the prince who believes she's someone else, who's the same Rowena, but really not her, the Rowena from that time. So I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Fate of Breath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. Say you'll slay, you'll stay. And it is about this girl who's trying to get away from a bad relationship. So she goes on this farm, and then she meets a Australian cowboy. They get off on the wrong foot, so it's enemies to lovers. But they keep winding up in a situation together, so slowly they develop a friendship. I thought this book, and that turned into a romance. I thought this book was okay. I gave it 3 stars. I thought the ending was so rushed. And the next book I want to mention is 'Tis the Season for Revenge. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I also put it in my Cinnamon Hero recommendation. So if you don't want to know more about this book, please watch my video. Link down below in the description. Homecoming King by Penny Reed. I like this book. It is a marriage of convenience between a famous football player and the local bartender in town, because the media spread rumors about him that isn't true, and he, to get the media off his back, he thinks that he needs to get married. So a situation happens where the girl bartender has to take him home, and he makes a proposal to her to be fake married, and it turns out that they know each other from school all throughout their high school years. So he makes her an offer with a large sum of money, and she agrees to be his fake wife because she really needs the money. Something happens with her ex-husband that leaves her in destitute, basically. So I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Homecoming King. How the Grump Saved Christmas by Claire Kingsley, and it's about this guy who works for a company who has to move back to who has to go back to his hometown because his boss wants to own this farm on this land, and he tells his boss he can get it for him. And he tells his secretary to go with him to his town, but his secretary said, I can't, I have a daughter who has CP. and so bring her. My aunt can watch your daughter while we work. And it turns out the one who owns the farm is his ex-girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend's parents. And while they're there, old feelings start to come back, but he has to decide what he wants more: the promotion from his boss or to get back together with his ex-girlfriend. I really love the CP rep in here. That's the only reason why I read it. The little girl is so cute. The Flight Before Christmas, and that's about this girl who gets passed up for promotion. She doesn't get promotion. The promotion goes to someone else. So she spends the holidays with her family, and she's the only single person there. But her brother, he brings his coworker to the holiday Christmas, and it turns out her brother's coworker is her ex-college boyfriend. So it's forced proximity, and the ex-boyfriend is trying to win her back, and she's trying to resist him. So it's a second chance Christmas romance, and I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. Holiday romance. And it's about this girl and this guy who always end up taking the same flight together back home from Ireland. And they know each other because the guy used to date the girl's best friend, but they don't anymore. So that's the reason why they know each other. And she's not best friends with the girl anymore because she found out that the best friend was cheating on the guy, and she realized that she didn't want to be friends with someone like that. So throughout these Christmas flights, they form a friendship basically. And one day the girl asked the guy if she'd like to come home with her for Christmas in Ireland, and he said yes, and romance ensues because he's been pining for her for years, and so has she. Holiday Hoax is about a billion-year Christmas romance marriage of convenience, and he offers the intern in his job money to be his fake fiancé for his family because his dad said, if you don't come home for Christmas, you won't be CEO. So he offers the intern money, and she said yes because it's her dream to open up her own bakery. And he thinks she thinks he's a grump, and he thinks she's too happy. But eventually, through this fake relationship, feelings turn real. It's Maggie Cole, so you know that she's going to bring this fight. I really I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really entertaining. I liked the audiobook. A Merry Little Holly Dates by Bernice Cherry, and it's about this girl named Holly who gets dumped on Christmas very horribly by her ex-fiance. Years later, her mother is very worried about her. So her mother says, you have to spend Christmas with us. So she is trying to find a date. So she takes her date to this new restaurant in town, and the restaurant owner, Kai, sees her and sees all the terrible dates she's been going on. So she's like, you know what? And Kai's like, you know what? I'll help you find a better boyfriend. So he agrees to be her dating coach, and Kai and Holly get off on their own foot, because when they meet each other, Kai accidentally spills something on Holly's dress, so she calls it an ugly meet cute. But eventually, after that incident, they start forming a friendship, and Kai helps Holly be her dating coach, but in the process of being her dating coach, Kai falls for Holly instead. So it's their romance. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. The last 2 books, Merry Little Meet Cute. Merry Little Meet Cute is about, there's this movie going on, so they hire this person who used to be in a famous boy band, so they hire him to be the lead. Their lead actress in the movie backed out, so they replaced her with someone else. But the person they replaced her with is an adult film star, and they don't know about that because she's trying to keep it a secret, and he knows that she's an adult film star because he's a fan of hers. He's seen her OnlyFans, and they're not supposed, and they end up in a secret relationship, even though they are not supposed to, because their careers, but they can't deny the attraction toward each other. I thought it was cute. It's spicy, because it's by Sierra Simone. I liked the plus size wrapped in this. This was cute. I gave it 4 stars. The last book I read is Kiss Her Once for Me. And it's about this girl who got fired from her job as an animator, who's not doing anything for the holiday, and her boss basically asked her to pretend to be his girlfriend for the holidays so he can get his grandfather's inheritance. And she said yes because she has nothing else to do. But when she gets to meet his family, it turns out that his little sister is the person she had a one-night stand with, and she couldn't ever forget that one-night stand with that she had during Christmas. But now she's stuck in this situation that she's pretend to be engaged to someone else while she's having feelings for the sister. I really like this. I'm 80% of the way through an audiobook. It's a sapphic romance, but it's a very cute holiday romance. Those are the books I read in the first half of December. In total, I read 15 books. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And please leave a comment down below if you have read any of these books. I'll see you Friday. Bye.